That's the way you get Timberland up. Let the music diffuse all attention. Ball or convention, free admission. Can move swift. All my just coming homies. Get money, leave the beat.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the esteemed colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the Utah Jazz. Well, for the Jazz, but they're not satisfied with 500 ball, looking to tack one onto the win tally tonight. And as we come up to the midway point of the season, Kenny, we're seeing some of the veterans who started slower now picking up the pace.
Well, I think early on, a lot of times, if you've been in the playoff for some veterans, the early going in the season is a little mundane. But then as you start seeing the light at the tunnel, they don't pace themselves anymore. And you want to make sure that you're in playoff position to make something special happen at the end of the year.
Excellent use of the word mundane, by the way. How about you, Shaq?
Well, Monday, experience told me when you need to go hard and when you need to pull back. You know, the best veterans will be there when it matters the most.
That's mundane, not
okay,
Monday.
Yeah,
like
Monday.
mundane Tuesday, Wednesday,
Okay.
Thursday.
Got it, my bad.
Two different things.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
It's an exciting Sunday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. For the season series between these two teams, the Jazz came away empty-handed in the last matchup against the Thunder. So far, no luck against this team. They've dropped both of the games in the previous two matchups this season.
And nothing went well offensively on this night for them. They were just completely disjointed.
Yeah, you could call it the 3 Ds, disjointed, disorganized, discombobulated, or whatever else you wanted to use to describe that would be appropriate.
The starters for the Utah Jazz. Russell is out there with Victor Oladipo. Then there's Griffin, and then there's Henry Sims. And it's Sampson in at the 3 slot.
Before getting dinged up, Ryan Anderson was rolling. I mean, over the first few seasons of his career, improved in efficiency in all areas. Then he had the back injury, and last season his shooting percentages really went south.
And it's the Thunder with the ball after the basket by Utah. Hibbert with the screen, and Rose wide open. He shoots. No good on the triple. On defense, the Thunder. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
And you know what? Exactly what had to be done in terms of winning on the road. Never allowed any momentum to build up against them. Kept the crowd out of the game. And for every punch they took, they had a count.
Even when they were on their heels some, coming through those moments where they were backing up a bit, that's what it takes on the road. You got to show that kind of fortitude and resilience. Defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
Russell against Rose. Oladipo outside. Here's Griffin.
Not again, guys.
Something miraculous whenever he's in the house.
He's really one of the special athletes we have in this league.
Elite level.
There's much to love about his game, but his athleticism is at the top of the list.
And that replay is sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us
we need this Butler. Butler service to show up.
Quinn Snyder, Doris.
He said that their defensive
Rose
focus,
gonna
no
make him
surprise,
ride the
we
bench.
tried to keep Derrick Rose out of the lane. He added, you know he's come a long way as an outside shooter, but he's a pick-your-poison type of player. We can't let him get into the paint. Makes sense, Kevin.
And thanks for that story, Doris.
just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Griffin a screen on Butler. Oladipo goes in from the baseline. The putback, Griffin, the follow-up jam.
Tell you what, coaches love to see that kind of hustle, guys. I mean, getting after it on the offensive boards, that's always a winning play.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The hustle's great, guys, but I think we all prefer to see the finish when you can go up and throw it down like that.
Here's Butler, following the basket by Blake Griffin. Butler with the ball, now defended by Oladipo. A nice shot by Anderson.
Yeah, good-looking bounce pass to set up that one.
Jazz trail by 4. Inside, here's Griffin, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
I tell you what, you got to love his aggressiveness finishing inside like that.
Well, his leaping ability, Clark, gives him a great advantage.
And that's why they look to get him the ball around the rim. It's either a dunk or free throws every time.
Now, here's Butler. 17 points for him last game against Utah.
And don't forget about his playmaking in that game either. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the D and creating opportunities for both himself and his teammates.
Butler against Russell. Knocked loose. He's got a clear path for the finish.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Wow, we're going to remember that.
There we go, Butler.
I know
Finally going up.
That was special.
My goodness. That
But can he step it up?
almost a circus.
That's what Rose wants to
Here's
see.
Russell, following the
That's
score by
think what-
Oklahoma City.
That's what we all want to see.
A floater. Ariza with the rebound.
Hey, I like creativity and a circus finish as much as anybody. But you better be sure you got a chance to make it.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong and attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
So it's the Jazz now. Following the score by Oklahoma City. He faded back on that one to give himself some room. 8 points for Blake Griffin.
Now that's an old school move right there. A good one, too, the fadeaway.
Well, you look back on the Thunder last season, and the theme was injuries. Too many injuries to the bulk of their core.
And, you know, the big three, Durant, Westbrook, and Ibaka, all missed significant time. Only Westbrook of those three was able to finish the season.
Oladipo misses.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Back to Butler. Oklahoma City moving it around. Butler on the wing. Hibbert dishes to Butler. Ariza has the open look. The shot's good on the
Finally.
Ariza's got his first 2 points of the night.
And good passing.
Pass the
Setting up
dish.
a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin.
Pass the
That's
rock.
been the key.
Finally scoring.
Delights is what I call it.
It's like to see.
That's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. And it's Russell missing.
And listen, those injuries really did the Thunder.
And there we go.
No time during the season that they ever really
Yes.
get a chance to gel and play any stretch of games with their entire roster.
Here's Russell.
All right.
The score by Oklahoma City. They set the pick. Pocket 6. Pick by Griffin. Russell kicks to Oladipo. Lets it go from deep. Now in the scoring column with that deuce.
Holy
1
moly.
for 2 this game.
Dang. It's a
You know,
long
every
three.
franchise will have a year that is just lost to injuries. I mean, it happens.
Well, that shot, that's
the
like
hard
a
part of it for the Thunder is
percent
that
or
they
two.
have lost so many of their
Once
stars
you step in
in
curve,
their prime.
it's like a
Timeout is called.
98%.
First of the game for the Thunder. And Victor Oladipo, after a solid rookie campaign, really took it up a notch last season, even after missing Clark the first 9 games with that facial fracture.
I love this kid's gravitas. I mean, he's got a presence about him. His percentages improved across the board, field goal, three-point free throws. But I like his work ethic and his confidence.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
In talking about Victor Oladipo's improvement, a lot of it has to do with his work ethic. Also his pregame film studies, something his college coach absolutely raved about. And all that showed up for him big time last season.
Kevin Garnett has checked in for Oklahoma City.
And, you know, back to Oladipo, we always talk about five-star phenoms coming out of high school. He was just a three-star guy. He's had to work for everything he's gotten, and I think that served him well. He's got a hunger and drive that you can't manufacture.
And you see the way Blake Griffin plays, he is a force. Very hard to contain him when he gets in close just due to his strength and activity.
That one drops. He ties it up. For Griffin and his ability to create contact close, he's been called a bull in a
Be the bull than the China in that situation because of his strength and physicality. And I think that's the right mentality to have as a power forward.
Jazz trail by 3. Russell with it. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Utah. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Henry Sims. Muhammad comes in for Jakar Sampson. And Trey Burke subbed in for Oladipo. Now here's Brooks. Burke covering. Steps back and fires. Brooks misses. Jazz have gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. Burke kicks to Griffin. Shot from 12. The shot misses. And the Thunder going the other way now. Down low. Outside Russell. The feed to Griffin. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Griffin's got 13.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Chandler is screen. Fires top of the key. Brooks with the bucket. And the Thunder lead by 3.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now here's Griffin. He's got 13. Garnett with the block. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Here's Butler. Finished off the break. He's got 9.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Now here's Burke. He's guarded closer. He dishes it to Griffin. He feeds it to Aldrich. Comes up empty down low.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of
That's
the
nasty.
This team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
A different look for Utah. Lyle comes in for Blake Griffin. And Porter subbed in for Russell.
And guys, as we all know, Kevin Garnett is one of the very best power forwards ever to play the game. I mean, was passed by Tim Duncan last year for total rebounds by active players. Still an amazing statistic among many for KG, a future Hall of Famer.
So for the Jazz, their last game a loss to Oklahoma City.
And that was one of the few times that you'll see a team just lack fight defensively in losing that game.
Yeah, and I know their fans may not want to hear it, but the reality and the truth is the defensive end of the floor was not what it needed to be in terms of effort.
Now here's Muhammad. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. Here's Carroll. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
Muhammad, no luck.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
And that one gives them a +5 rebound.
Energy and effort so far.
Now here's Porter. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And that one's good.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size.
Oklahoma City leading by 7. Brooks outside. Chandler with a screen for Brooks. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. It's going to go on Otto Porter Jr. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
And both free throws good for Brooks.
A lot of NBA teams have been outright buying developmental league teams. I mean, the Jazz did that last season. They purchased the Idaho Stampede last March, and we see more and more of that happening. One-on-one affiliations between D-League teams and NBA teams.
And ran his man straight into the screen and got a clear path to the bucket.
That is how it is done.
Excellent team play there on the pick, and then he rips it down.
Now here's Brooks. He picked up 12 points in their last win against the Utah Jazz. Burke, the pass to Lyles. And Muhammad kicks to Aldridge. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. Well, last year the Jazz acquired the Stampede from the D-League. It makes sense. They'll have a designated place now to develop all their young talent.
And Kevin, it's really a key for the Jazz to have those extra minutes available for all those young talents to get an opportunity to get confidence, but also to learn your system. I think more and more NBA teams will follow this route of buying D-League teams.
It's Brooks on the wing. Burke covering. Brooks with the bucket.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And the Jazz call time here. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Porter dishes to Burke. The pass to Lyles. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Clock management. This is where they can get a 2-for-1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
Brooks outside. Shoots off the screen, and he gets the bucket. And now it's a 9-point Oklahoma City lead.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Here's Muhammad. Carroll with the rebound. Oklahoma City has gone 3 of 7 from 3-point range in the first quarter. That's good. And that's 15 points for Butler.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What a quarter he's having.
Dishes to Aldridge. Shot to stop the run, and that one hits back iron.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. Thunder lead by 12. And we'll be back.
What are you guys liking the first quarter so far?
Second quarter.
Let me know.
And Blake Griffin grew up playing the game alongside his older brother. His dad was his coach, and he credits his brother for inspiring him to work at his craft.
You know, watching him kind of go through the process of he started to get, recruited by college coaches, and then he really took his game and became serious about it. And I watched his work ethic, and I watched how he, put the time in, the things he did, and that's kind of where I developed mine.
Well, talking about taking the right course, we know that the older brother of Blake Griffin, 3 years older, he played, as did Blake, for their dad Tommy in high school, and they were terrific high school players and 4-time state champions.
I mean, it always helps to have a big brother who's kind of been there and done that and can share those experiences with you. Doesn't hurt to have a dad also who's a pro player either, and also a college coach.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And for the Thunder here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and, it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
So on the floor for Utah, we've got Shabazz Muhammad. Russell is out there with Oladipo.
Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when you need a spark, something electric to get your teammates fired up.
So it's the Thunder now. After the basket by Utah, here's Hibbert. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup. Hibbert's got the lead up to 12 now for Oklahoma City. Jazz shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Here's Russell. Rose with the block.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Outside, Russell takes the 13-footer, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, last season the Jazz ended up 3rd in the Northwest, but they had to be happy about that finish after coming in last in 2014. I really thought it was a much better overall season for them last season.
And for the Jazz in their own division last year, they went 9-7, Greg, against the rest of the Northwest.
Yeah, it's been a while since the Jazz have won the division. They got those back-to-back titles back in 07 and 08. But if they keep improving, Kevin, the way they did a season ago, I got a feeling they'll be back on top soon enough.
Jakar Sampson's checked in for the Jazz. And so Russell hits them both. It's been said time and time again that playing in Oklahoma City is one of the tougher places to play in the league. Last year we saw it as well. This place, Greg, gets so loud when the Thunder are rolling.
And even though the Thunder missed the playoffs, the Chesapeake Energy Arena was as loud as ever. Really helps when you are the show in a city.
Now Russell. Trevor Ariza missing from long range. Here's Griffin. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Here's Anderson. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line. And even though the injuries hurt the Thunder, last year at home they were still as strong as ever. I mean, a home record of 29-12 is pretty darn good. Unfortunately, they were in a very tough Western Conference.
And part of why the Thunder were so good at home was their attention to detail on the defensive end of the floor. They were a top 5 defense at home. They had the best rebound differential in the league at home.
Oladipo goes in. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Well, you look at the roster of the Thunder from last year, Clark, they knew how to build from within.
Well, last season's roster, everybody but one player was either drafted or acquired via trade. That's a rare combo in the NBA.
And guys, for the Thunder, listen, they're not a big market team. They've had to make sacrifices with money to stay competitive. They do a terrific job with the limitations that small market presents.
Oladipo hits them both.
And, as we've seen, success in the NBA can come in a lot of different packages. I mean, it can't happen without the big free agent signing or spending. It helps to draft a guy like Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, for that matter. Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
Utah calls timeout. Utah Jazz, one of the biggest year-to-year improvements in the league last season. The big part of that, of course, was their play on the road.
And, you know, Kevin, they nearly doubled their road wins from last season by getting 17 away from home. And I thought they progressively got better as the season wore on.
Now here's Griffin. He's coming off a 31-point game against Oklahoma City. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Quinn Snyder was saying to his team. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Blake Griffin. Their offense is most effective, Coach said, when he is most involved. And they're looking for total involvement from him for the rest of this game. Guys, they're clearly hoping those changes have an effect even before this game makes it to halftime. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris.
And for the Jazz on the road. Oh, he was doing some major skywalking right there.
Was that flight cleared for landing? Did they get the clearance?
I didn't think he was ever coming down.
Now here's Anderson. He has 6. Just 5 on the clock. Rose uses the glass to finish the layup. Rose has got 8 points.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
And Oladipo kicks to Russell. Great tee that time from Hibbert.
And another miss. Oof. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right.
Well, that's his second foul, and he does not want to pick up number 3 here. That'll mess your game up for sure.
Second team foul.
Rose against Russell. It's Hibbert with the drive. Ariza kicks to Hibbert. 6 to shoot. Here's Rose. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Rose has got 10 points in the game.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, hey, they've been clearly the better team. Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Hit his foot, and it's being called a kickball. Utah's on defense. It's a 14-point game. Here's Ariza, and the Thunder another 3.
Clearly, they've been the hotter team here in the first half.
Well, they've been grit and grind, working for those high percentage shots, and quite honestly, it's paid off for them.
A wide open look here for Oladipo. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3 ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a 3-point battle taking shape here.
Now, here's Ariza. He picked up 27 points in their last win against Utah.
Yeah, and he also did a great job on the backboards, Kev, and that also was a factor.
And the Jazz call time here. Derrick Rose, unbelievable spirit. We know about his toughness, has fought through injuries of all kinds that might cause a lesser competitor to hang up his sneakers.
And competitor, that's the word, Kevin. I mean, he was impossible to outcompete at the high school level, the college level, and now in the pros.
Tyson Chandler is checked in for Oklahoma City. Butler comes in for Damari Carroll. Got a piece of it. They get it back. The shot's good from Griffin.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Rose goes in. Ariza with it. He's picked up by Russell. Here's Rose. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And, you know, back to D. Rose for a moment. He drives the lane now as hard as he did before the injury. It's a level of fearlessness that only a few guys possess. And it's not teachable. You either have it or you don't.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense. Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be, remove all doubt on that attack.
And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
And, you know, back to D. Rose. He grew up in a brutally dangerous neighborhood on Chicago's South Side. Some of that fearlessness, that competitiveness he exhibits was learned early on out of necessity.
And the Thunder with some changes. Kevin Garnett is checked in for Anderson. And Brooks subbed in for Trevor Ariza. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Henry Sims. Lyle comes in for Blake Griffin. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Oladipo. And it's Burke in for Russell. And that one's good. Burke.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending it.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
To the middle. Here's Aldrich. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one hand tomahawk slam?
Rose goes in. Now the dish to Chandler. Goes up the baseline. And he overshot that one, missing. Jazz trail by 16. Here's Burke. No good on the triple.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier. Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
Here's Aldrich. Garnett grabs the board. Garnett's got his 3rd rebound on the night. The shot by Butler, nobody around. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. And that's 20 points for Jimmy Butler.
Definitely looks like Mr. Butler
He's got 5.
heeded
Inside.
Mr. Rose's warning.
Here's Wiles. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
I definitely see you guys tomorrow with another one of this. I'm going to definitely be pushing this.
It's becoming a theme in
Because
this
there's
game.
82 games
They
and
are
I'm like,
piling up the
okay,
points in the paint.
yeah.
Chandler kicks to Rose.
I'm not going to get this done at the
Now
1 week.
Burke. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10
that rate,
points a
I wouldn't be
game.
finished until next year.
Here's Wiles.
With the season.
Here's Aldrich.
Let alone if we make it to the playoffs.
Chandler with the defensive effort. And it's Brooks at the elbow. That's good. Brooks has got 10 points.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Nice work there coming off the screen. That's
So
7
tomorrow
points
also will
for
be
Burke.
You know, the defense
some
has gotta
videos.
do a much
So look forward
better
to that.
job of fighting
It'll be
over those screens.
we're going to
And
call
Greg,
it
especially when the ball is in
Action
his
Size
hands. I mean,
Combat
come on
Tuesday.
now. You know, he doesn't miss
And
too many
Friday.
open
I
looks
missed
like that.
last week,
Now
but
a
he's coming
timeout
back
called by
strong
Oklahoma City.
with wrestling.
Clearly, guys, Trey Burke is a guy
Friday.
whose talent, drafted number 9 overall.
So make sure you guys stay tuned Tuesday and Friday.
Columbus,
And
Ohio,
every day
went to
will
the
be
University of Michigan.
relatively
So far,
every day will be
playing
this
in the
from now
NBA,
on.
he's been a bit of a tweener.
And that's a great point. And part of the issue is, he was a scoring guard in a point guard's body. And one thing that happens in college when you're the best player, it's a lot easier. Now when you move up to the next level, you have to change what you do on the floor to impact the game. And that's been a challenge for him thus far early in his career.
Interesting. Muhammad, he's checked in for Jakar Sampson. Burke kicks to Muhammad. Tyson Chandler pulls it in. The Thunder leading by 17. Butler goes in. Rebound, Utah. Aldridge has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
And, going back to Trey Burke, for a guy with a scoring mindset, he has some limitations there. His field goal percentage was under 40 his first 2 seasons. Part of that is because he doesn't have the explosiveness to get to the rim.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Jazz trail by 19. Kicks to Muhammad. Pass to Burke from outside the arc. Brooks grabs the board.
And talking about Trey Burke, at his size, he needs to become a more consistent playmaker. I know he's a competitor. Very successful in college, wants to play a lot of minutes in the pros. But to do that, he needs to reshape his game and I think adopt a pass-first mentality.
The Thunder shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one. Damari Carroll's checked in for Rose. .109 left to play here in the half. Here's the screen. Pass to Wiles. Feeds to Muhammad. Passes it to Wiles. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Wiles got 4 points this quarter. Oklahoma City leading by 20. Brooks outside. He kicks to Garnett. To the left side wing. Down low. Here's Butler. Rebounded by the Jazz.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Now here's Burke. Brooks covering. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's on Tyson Chandler.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
The Jazz have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
I know that's an aspect they've been trying to address as a team. I mean, they've got to get those free throw numbers up and improve.
Burke hits them both. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Brooks, the pass to Garnett. His first shot coming late, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Now here's Burke from deep three-point range, and he gets it back. And through one half,
all right, guys,
even been close.
Enjoy
Thunder
the game or halftime.
They lead by 18. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Thanks for joining us. A pumped up home crowd is our backdrop for this halftime analysis. What a start for Jimmy Butler. He had 20 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Well, how about that ball movement? That was a true definition of team basketball. All 5 guys moving, all guys rotating, everyone touching the ball, a bunch of assists, tons of easy baskets. It gives everyone on the floor confidence when you're playing like that.
And Shaq, how do you think the Jazz were playing?
Well, they got more than a few problems to work out, but it all starts with their defense. I know the analytical people love to point out opponent field goal percentage, and tonight has been a big problem. They haven't defended with any purpose. We need a whole lot more activity on defense.
And that'll wrap up our halftime show. The third quarter set to go moments from now. We will be right back here after the game.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
Griffin just having a terrific game. 25 points, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
You know what? The number is not huge, but he has been doing some valuable defensive work for them.
Jazz trail by 18. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at the Thunder, they've got Anderson. Jimmy Butler is out there with Rose. Then it's Trevor Ariza. And it's Hibbert in at the 5 down low. Russell against Rose. To the inside. Anderson can't get it to go.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Sims kicks to Russell. Here's Griffin. Offensive rebound. Oklahoma City leading by 16. Deflects the pass and stolen by Russell. Oladipo against Ariza. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Ariza's got his third rebound tonight.
Well, I tell you what, guys, last season the Thunder were fantastic on the glass. I mean, they started out as a great rebounding team and got even better after their trades.
And he gets the bucket. Jazz trail by 19. And here's Russell. He has 6. And there's the feed to Sims. He dishes it to Griffin. They set the screen. The pass to Sims. Russell kicks to Griffin. 4 on the shot clock. That doesn't go either for Griffin.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Rose against Russell. And it's Rose penetrating. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got his 5th rebound in this one. Outside Russell. Pass to Sampson. Nice ball movement by Utah. Here's Sims. The turnaround jumper. Count it.
You know, you can give a defender a lot of trouble if you're consistent with that turnaround jumper. It's almost impossible to block.
Rose goes in. Off on the layup. Jazz trail by 17. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Some high-scoring teams in the NBA. Let's see the leaders. Number 1, the Thunder.
I mean, it's an exciting brand of basketball that they're playing. They've got such deadly weapons. Teams have had a heck of a time trying to slow them down.
And so here is Oklahoma City. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Anderson dishes to Rose. With the shot. That's good from Ariza on the assist by Butler. 16 points for Ariza. Jazz trail by 19. Utah calls timeout.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on and on. yet he's made it and made it big.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Here's Sampson. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Sampson's got his first bucket of the night.
Nice job creating for the easy deuce.
And going back to Jimmy Butler, there were just so many times when he was set up to fail. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was even homeless when he was in high school in the Houston area. Went to a junior college, then Marquette. Now in junior college, which I think humbled him just a bit, but maybe gave him that work ethic that is so much, Greg, a part of his game now.
And Kevin, the talent was there. And most of all, as we see how he dealt with adversity, the heart. Transferred to a major college and worked his way into becoming a first-round pick.
Elevates and powers in the one-hand.
Textbook.
Yeah, and I'm glad, guys, he doesn't go overboard on that one and get a little too fancy.
Here's Griffin and Hibbert with the block, but he gets it back. Here's Oladipo, plenty of space. Griffin, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Well, you see Blake Griffin, and he is known for his huge dunks and ability to score, but he is a very well-rounded power forward. He's one of the best power forward passers in the league.
Now here's Butler. He's got 20. Shot from 12. Again, the Thunder score. And Utah has possession. Trailing by 17. Russell passes to Sampson. He feeds it to Griffin. And the layup is good. Griffin's got 31. And for Griffin in his passing, often you'll see him set up teammates, Greg, for easy looks and dunks.
And with the amount of times that teams have to double team Griffin, that's huge. I mean, even when he's not scoring due to defenses focusing on him, he can still impact the game with his passing.
Now Russell, following the three-point attempt by Derrick Rose. The drive by Russell, stolen by Rose. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
Now, here is Russell. 6 points for him. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Brooks checked in. Griffin attacking, and it's Russell at the elbow. Sims kicks to Oladipo. Shot clock at 5. Here's Russell. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. 22 is their biggest lead. Dishes it to Brooks. The three from Anderson. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Brooks. Brooks has got 3 assists in the game. Jazz trail by 20. Pass to Sampson. Over to the wing. 18 feet out. Uses the glass to drop it in. 33 points for Blake Griffin.
Even though it went down, I don't think that's the kind of look they should be settling for.
Brooks kicks to Butler. Can't get it to go. Nice D from Russell. The Jazz have gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. Oladipo dishes to Russell, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Oladipo.
And a chance to check out the numbers for Ariza. He's averaging 15 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, and anytime this club needs a bucket, he's their go-to. Just irrepressible and a prolific scorer.
Nice D from Oladipo. Jazz trail by 18. Pick by Griffin. Here's Russell. Off the pick. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Ariza with it. 16 points for him. And it's Anderson atop the key. No coverage that time.
Ryan Anderson.
Anderson's got 5 points now in the quarter. And turnovers have been the issue for him.
Yeah, it sure has been the case. I mean, turnovers are like missing breakfast. Eventually, it's going to cost you.
Well, I've always thought that it was good to maybe miss a breakfast or two, but that's another story. Anyhow, you can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball. A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Sampson kicks to Russell. The dish to Sims. Fades back. Griffin's shot is good. Griffin's got 10 points here in the second half.
Despite the play of the team, I think he's had an outstanding game. He's really done well here.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, you might as well make those adjustments right away.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Tyson Chandler is checked in for Hibbert. Garnett comes in for Ryan Anderson. And Damari Carroll subbed in for Trevor Ariza. Utah also making some changes. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Henry Sims. Muhammad comes in for Jakar Sampson. And Trey Burke subbed in for Victor Oladipo.
And that's a nice possession. Did a good job to get that open shot.
Muhammad, the pass to Burke. Takes the 13-footer. No good. And the Thunder going the other way now.
Boy, I tell you, I thought the Jazz had a big year last season. Looked much tougher than before. The big part of that is how Coach Quinn Snyder helped the team grow. I mean, he looked like a perfect fit in his first year with the franchise.
So it's Utah now. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
From deep. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. And 12 points for Trey Burke. We were mentioning the Jazz, and they grew last year under Coach Quinn Snyder in his first year. You know, Greg, he did the same thing with teams when he was a coach in the D-League.
That's a great point, Kevin. And beyond the growth that the Jazz showed, I think everyone in Utah was pleased with the style of play. I mean, Coach Snyder's got the team back to playing hard defense and really grinding out wins.
Griffin can't get it to go in.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Lyles checked in for Utah. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Russell. Jazz trail by 21. Burke dishes to Porter. Kicks to Burke. To the right side. Muhammad drills the three-pointer. Muhammad's got his third basket of the night right there.
There's 6 points on consecutive three balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
Yeah, no doubt the defense had better play a little tighter.
Now here's Brooks. He's got 13, and the shot is good from Garnett.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Here's Lyles. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
Porter against Butler. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in his game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
And Jimmy Butler had the career highs across the board last season, won the Most Improved Player of the Year award, really picking up his production in his fourth season.
You know, we had seen the flashes of potential in Butler before. Last season, he sustained great play and really took everything to the next level.
And so Butler nails both of them.
And what a tremendous game for Butler. He's got 24 points, and from downtown, he's buried 3 three-pointers.
Well, when he squared himself up and gotten good looks, he's knocked them down.
Kevin Garnett with the steal. It's 2-on-1. Butler with room to shoot, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Butler's got 26 points.
And they've looked terrific in transition today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Boy, it certainly has. I mean, they've done a really good job recognizing anytime they've had the numbers advantage, and then they've taken advantage. We've seen it time and time again here.
Got a piece of it. Porter with the steal. Now here's Burke. Brooks covering. Offensive rebound. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not. But sure enough, they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. Clark Lyles, one of the many great players to come out of Kentucky and be eligible for this draft. He didn't wow as much as his teammates. I'm telling you what, he can play.
He's got a lot of game. He's actually one of my sleepers, Kevin, because he can do everything well. He can handle it. He goes both ways. He can shoot it. He defends. Really good IQ. I like this guy as being a surprise producer as an NBA player.
Derrick Rose is checked in for Butler. And Utah with a change here, too. Oladipo's checked in. Brooks kicks to Carroll. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And he bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right there for sure.
He'll take those all day. And guys, with Lyles playing out of position can be a blessing and a curse. I mean, he didn't get to play in his comfort zone and put up big numbers, but his skill set grew from the minutes he had to spend outside of that comfort zone.
Now here's Rose. And Oladipo pulls it down.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Muhammad. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. Muhammad's got 5 points in the quarter.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
8 seconds left here in the third quarter. Misses there. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Oklahoma City out in front, opening up a huge gap. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Oklahoma City leading by 21, and Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Shabazz Muhammad is out there with Griffin. Then there's Oladipo. Then it's Russell. And it's Sims in at the center, filling out the middle.
You know, there was a time when some thought Tyson Chandler would be a draft bust. But, you know, it took some time before he found his niche and has been one of the best bigs in the NBA for the span of his career. You know, that shows you also when you draft guys out of high school, they're going to need a couple more years to really define who they are as players.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Chandler was a bit of a late bloomer, but you can't argue with his presence on the floor now.
Well, he won a title and embodies what you need to do in order to win titles. I mean, Chandler makes all the difference on defense, and that's why teams just still want him even late in his career. He went a decent amount of time before his first turnover there. It's really been a good, safe stretch of basketball from him to this point.
Oh, goodness! Where did that come from? That was beautiful.
Oh, my goodness. Fella's going to hurt somebody with a dunk like that. Probably will hurt himself.
Oh, there's too much fun to be had.
And he's having it. That had to be fun.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Oklahoma City. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way. It's going to be Muhammad shooting. That one is on Ariza.
It's been a solid outing from Muhammad. He has 11 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
Hibbert gets to Ariza, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Yeah, excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Russell against Rose, outside Griffin. Fires from the wing, and he overshot that one, missing. Oklahoma City leading by 19, and finished off by Rose.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
For Utah, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started, and stolen by Hibbert. Rose up on top. He's guarded by Russell. That's good. 12 points for Roy Hibbert.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
And Oladipo kicks to Sims. Another shot. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Feeds to Rose. Let's go. Clock at 6. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if we're talking about their offense or their defense. I mean, it's all been good.
Sims kicks to Russell. Good.
Crafty pass work there, getting it down low for the easy deuce.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Here's Rose, the rim-rattling two-handed jam.
It's hard to believe that he's a point guard. I mean, he can power those dunks down as well as any big man in the league.
If not better, he's a phenomenal finisher.
Enjoy seeing that kind of bounce out of that spot on the floor.
Russell, and so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Taking 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Black's checked in for Hibbert. Bellinelli comes in for Trevor Ariza. McLemore's checked in for Damari Carroll. And it's Rozier in for Rose. Then for the Jazz, Hairston comes in for Shabazz Muhammad. And it's Otto Porter Jr. in for Oladipo. And here's Anderson from the arc. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got rebound number 13 with that last one. Porter kicks to Griffin. Russell passes to Griffin. Knocks it loose. And it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Griffin.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. Terrible turnover.
And a new group in here for the Thunder. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Tariq Black. Lisa comes in for Marco Bellinelli. Butler, he's checked in for McLemore. And it's Rose in for Rozier. The Jazz also changing it up. Jakar Sampson's checked in for Hairston. And it's Oladipo in for Porter. Butler dishes to Anderson. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots it. The Thunder with another miss.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face.
Sampson kicks to Sims. Chandler comes with a double team. Russell passes to Griffin. Back to Russell. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. And that's 12 points for D'Angelo Russell. Oklahoma City leading by 21. They set the pick. Russell against Rose. And he's good on the three ball. And that's now 21 points for Ariza.
He is on fire from behind the arc.
Yeah, it seems like all of his...
The drive by Russell. No good. Chandler with the defensive effort.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Butler dishes to Anderson. Chandler is screen. Anderson can't get it to go.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Here's Rose. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
And that's really the change in our game. It's the overall athletic ability. I love those point guards that can throw it down.
Well, you've talked about that. That's a dose of the modern NBA, Greg. That kind of aerial ability isn't limited now to just the front court anymore.
That's exactly right.
You know, I look at it this way, guys. It seems to me there are more high flyers at guard than anywhere else in the league these days.
Shots good by Butler.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
For Utah, they've gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Russell kicks to Griffin. Stolen by Anderson. And now a fast break for the Thunder. And it's slammed in by Ariza.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth.
There we go. Butler. Finally flexing.
But it is possible, partner. It is possible.
And think about it, guys. That's one of the few guys in the entire
In this
league
game
who
as
pull off
well.
something like that.
The Thunder shooting 61% from the field, showing some marvelous touch out there.
Unless something crazy happens.
27 points for Derrick Rose.
Oh, I tell you what, nice little run here that they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
Here's Russell. Again, Russell missing.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Brooks checked in for the Thunder. Lyles checked in for the Jazz. Marshall comes in for Russell.
I have a little quick question.
Here's Marshall.
If you don't mind real quick.
The kick out to Oladipo. Griffin sets the screen.
Do you have a favorite sports game you like to play?
Defense better watch out. They better be alert because this guy can make threes, as we saw in the first half.
Marshall passes to Oladipo. Griffin a screen on Butler. For three, Marshall. Brooks grabs the board. Brooks has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Butler dishes to Anderson. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Here's Marshall. Passes it to Lyles from 12 feet out. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Chandler's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Butler. Boom. He jams it straight down.
The shooting percentage continues to elevate here in the second half.
Well, as a group, they've been harmonic since the break. In sync. Good team basketball resulting in high-quality shots.
And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Anderson. Then for the Jazz, Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Griffin. And Porter subbed in for Jakar Sampson. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Garnett with the screen for Brooks. And Aldrich sends it back. They retain possession. Utah's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And Marshall kicks to Oladipo. There's a good screen. And there's the pass to Lyles. Just 4 to shoot. He kicks it to Marshall. Shot to stop the drought. No good. Nice D from Brooks. Oklahoma City shooting a tremendous 61% from the floor. Hitting on all cylinders. Marshall with the steal. He dishes it to Oladipo. Shot's good. Marshall making the play. 11 points for Victor Oladipo.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
Brooks, the pass to Garnett. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Oladipo outside. Shoots the 3. And it's Oladipo again missing. Oladipo's gone just 3 of 10 shooting from the field. And Butler gets it to go. Butler's got 8 points in the quarter.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
Aldridge with it. Now Chandler defending. Oladipo goes in. Again, Oladipo missing.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Now the feed to Brooks. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And he's looking to really stretch this lead out, even with the cushion they have, still letting it fly from long range. Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Oklahoma City.
But, Steve, you don't see this kind of a blowout offer. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out, Clark, this kind of punishment.
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And this will be their 3rd win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
They really do. I mean, there's one more game to play in this season series, and barring any major changes to their team, I'd have to believe the sweep will be in order.
Just a quality win, and you look at the box score and some really good numbers for Rose. A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
At the line for 2.
Free throw good, Aldrich. And the Thunder with some changes. Flax checked in for Chandler. Bellinelli comes in for Trevor Ariza. And McLemore subbed in for Jimmy Butler. P.J. Harrison's checked in for the Jazz. Oklahoma City's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Brooks outside. There's 38 seconds
All right, guys.
in the fourth quarter.
Thank you for gaming with me. And if you want to leave, go ahead. Only got like a few more minutes.
And you can sense the fact that
If you want to stick around for the post-game show, feel free. That's really all that's left.
It really has been. I mean, such a lively, vibrant atmosphere, and no doubt that played a part in the big win.
We've got 22 seconds
You're gonna
left
hold
in
out the
fourth
ball.
quarter of this one, and so the Thunder now can just hold on to the ball. Now here's Brooks.
Thank you so much for sticking around.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win.
This has been GWA 13. Thank you so much for gaming with me. I'll see you tomorrow with more NBA 2K16 Fantasy Football. The next episode. We'll see what we can do with this.
It all went right for them.
And now
Man,
we'll send it down to Doris
well,
Burke, who's standing by
have a
courtside.
game-tastic night.
Yes, I'm here with Kevin Garnett and
Signing
KG.
out.
How was the motor ignited
After
tonight for the team's offense?
Post-game show.
Fueled by the defense. You know, in order for us to win, we have to play some solid defense. And I thought, as we got turnovers, as we got stops, you know, we fueled that into offense.
KG, thanks for the time. Guys, he'll go down as one of the best defenders ever.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And standing by for the postgame show, let's head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Derrick Rose. He just put it completely out of reach in the fourth quarter. It was as if he was saying, okay, enough fooling around. I'm taking over now.
They asked an awful lot from him tonight offensively, and he delivered. When they needed a big bucket, he was the guy they turned to, and he delivered, like I said. I mean, this guy was unbelievable. He did not shy away from the moment.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show, but not tonight. He's the star tonight. Put him on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
And, folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.
And here are the stats. 34. Look at Jimmy's taking that to heart. Oof. Did Butler step up? Let me know in the comments. And who was the most impressive in the game today? And the most disappointing? Let me know. And, well, yeah, we've won 14 straight. We went from 1-9 to the third best in the conference. Well, guys, gamers, have a great gaming session, and I'm turning my game session off. Oh, get some grass, and you guys have a blast gaming. I'm gonna game out. See you tomorrow. Gamers. Keep them joysticks moving. And I'm heading now. Have a game-tastic night, everyone.